We have officially moved, and I've got a brand new room to work with. So in this video, I figured that I would show you guys how I've set up all of my streaming and cosplay stuff, and also a little bit of a room tour. I've got a whole new room to work with and a bunch of stuff to set up, so let's get into it. We're starting with the bare bones. Okay, we've got all the stuff moved in, and first things first, let's set up my streaming desk. The desk is all good, and we've got a lot to set up back here, but first let's go to my makeup station. Just like my streaming room, I've got a whole new bathroom to work with, and a bunch of makeup, so let's start going through it. My main makeup holder is a shelf made up of 4 different levels, the bottom of which has some of my beauty blenders and a little bit of face paint, the second of which has most of my face paint, the third of which has all of my eyeliner and mascara, and the top which has all of the brushes and the things I use the most often. And they all just stack really nicely. Then I've got all of my eyeshadow palettes, which I organize next to my main thing, and put my big ol' eyeshadow palette in the medicine cabinet. And that actually covers most of my makeup. However, there is one other big thing I need to tackle: my contacts. As you can see, I've got a lot of contacts, and I actually just got a bunch of brand new cases to move some of my older contacts into. In all of the years I've been cosplaying, I've gotten almost all of my contacts from Moco Queen. They have expanded their collection a bunch since I started ordering from them, and I absolutely love the quality of their contacts. As always, I'll remind you guys that you can use code SURPERQUICK at mocoqueen.com for 20% off your order. And slowly but surely, I somehow managed to fit all of my contacts into this drawer on one level, and I don't know, it just looks really satisfying to me. Anyways, we've got a couple more things to set up on the counter, including my contact solution and my portable contact case, as well as my UV body paint and a bunch of my fake nails, and a bunch of makeup bags that I can just throw under the sink until I need to use them. And that's the makeup setup. Let's go back up to the room. And there you go. Yeah, it's my real voice right now, not the voiceover. But the whole room is put together. I'll give you a tour. We've got the whole streaming setup set up with all of the chat redeems, a special little drawer. We've got all the cosplay jewelry and also my regular jewelry, but there's so much jewelry that it needs its own place. Pride flags. Important. This is the one thing that's not up right now. The whiteboard will be going right here. We just didn't screw it in by the time this video has to come out, but the whiteboard will be right there. Let's skip over this for now. The cosplay closet with all of the varying fits, all just kind of scattered about, and we got the wig heads and we got the cosplay bulk back there. We've got some more dudes on the back of the door among us. And the crafting table! There's a whole crafting table! I finally got one of these whole big mats, and my sewing machine is up and running, and I've got all my little doohickeys, and then, of course, the most important corner, it's the cosplay corner. I specifically painted these walls for the reason to have 2 different TikTok backgrounds. So we will have a black background and a white background, and right next to us we've got all of the props. both pieces of cosplays, like ears and goggles, and all the props that I hold, like books, phone, skull, etc., and the sword that I use most often. All of the cosplay jewelry, which is, there's a lot. And the ring light, oh, stop. It's actually not that bad on camera. But we can either have it set up right here or right here. And whichever way we go, we have a different background. There is also, of course, the bulk closet, which is filled with all of the wigs and the crowns and the pieces that are too big to go anywhere else, like the Gen Lost box and the Vox head and a nuke. We've got a spot in the corner for all of the swords and the tridents and the stabby stabs. And, of course, the mannequin with the sherbet jacket. And, yeah, I'll dress the elephant in the room. This is gonna take a lot more time to set up, and I figured it'd be something to do in a separate video or stream. So, I'll leave that for later because, oh boy, are there 30 million bottles to go on the character sherbet desk. But I'm finally back up and running, and I'm so happy to be, and I'm ready to grind out so much cool stuff that's coming. So I know this video is a little bit different than some of the other kind of get into cosplay with me guys, but I figured that I could show you guys a little bit more of my setup process instead of necessarily how I do the makeup or the costume. My point is, I am super excited for all of the stuff going to be happening over the next couple months in this new space. We have a whole area downstairs to play Magic the Gathering, and Centros has a whole room full of his D&D stuff and where his streaming stuff is going to get set up, and just a much better space than we had before. So I guess the only thing left to do now is to actually get back into the grind. So I'll see you guys in the next couple videos. If you enjoyed this, feel free to drop a like, a comment, a subscribe, all of the things, and what you want to see, what you want to see me do, see more, who do you want to see me get into cosplay with, all of the above. I always appreciate you guys, and I'm so excited for this new era, the new house and the new era. Bye, chatters.